Welcome to this week's edition of the Late Night Show with Pacman, the last Friday of the month of June, and we're going into July. Guess whose birthday's up in July? All right, we have some very serious things to discuss this week. To start with, is the xenophobia going on in South Africa now. We're told there's going to be a June 30. There will be there will be protests or whatever, or foreign shops have to be closed and da. Yeah, this is a very dark period, not just for South Africa, but for the whole of Africa, because for those who might want to choose to be ignorant, or for those who are actually ignorant, Africa is one continent. This is why the borders that, we religiously follow, we claim to be independent, but we're so passionate about those lines. For the children, especially Batupin, the lines called borders were drawn by those who came to colonize us. They drew lines and called them borders. And we are so passionate about these same lines called borders. They are not even real, because only real things that are real are things that you can see, like a river, a valley. Those were the natural borders that we had, dividing. They were just borders bordering the different kingdoms, because Africa was made up of kingdoms upon kingdoms upon kingdoms. You see? So our borders would be a river, that mountain, that valley, that ridge, things like that, Not these lines, because those lines, that's why you have to use violence to implement those borders, because they're not real. Anyway, the situation in South Africa now, I think, has gotten out of hand, and it's now time for all of us to actually stand up and say, we have to do something. So for our people in South Africa, you are embarrassing Africa to the whole world. This is totally uncalled for. This is so uncivilized, because whether you like it or not, we are one people. South Africa is part of Africa. You might have been taught, we sympathize with you. That's why we sacrificed so much so that apartheid could come to an end, you see. But South Africa is not some separate entity from Africa. Like, now you come from Africa. No, South Africa is part of Africa. So Nigerians, Egyptians, Zimbabweans, Zambians, Ethiopians, every African has the right to come and live there. Yeah? Wabwana mfatu. Aish, when? You understand? Just like you. Hey, who's in fat? Hey, you have the right to come and live here in Zambia. You have the right to go and live in Nigeria. You have the right to live in Ghana. You have the right to live on every part of Africa. Stop that nonsense. Come on. Huh? Why are you doing that? Come on. You're dividing Africa at a time when Africa is now supposed to come together. Okay, let's trade off. Maybe let's have a trade-off. I have a suggestion. Okay. All non-South Africans should leave South Africa. Okay, let's do that. But guess what? Then all South African companies will also face some serious sanctions from all of us. How's that? Because the country that has really benefited from the liberalization of the markets, when the markets were opened, South Africa benefited. And we also benefited. We love those African companies that are operating here, providing us services, providing us goods. We actually rely on their services. So we have a lot of South African companies which are cross chains across the length and breadth of Africa. So what if we also start saying, okay, everybody now stop buying anything from those African businesses. Don't do any business whatsoever, not even $1 business with these African companies. How are you going to like that? What's going to happen? Who's going to lose? We will all lose. This is madness, and it has to come to an end. So we're calling upon also even our leaders, all the presidents of Africa, please, can you come together? Can you convene a special meeting and let's sort it out? Let's sort out this problem. Just a few savages who are ignorant. In fact, a lot of South Africans, they don't even want this. They're not supporting this madness. Hello? Oh, President Mandela, sir. Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. Oh. President Mandela is now very upset about this and he wants to say something. I have said that these xenophobic attacks are an embarrassment. In fact, the countries who you are attacking, they supported us against apartheid. I am hearing a lot of so-called born free saying that they don't care about the support that they got. This is because you are an ignorant fool. Do you know that the so-called born free, there would be no free in that word if Nigeria did not sacrifice, if Zambia did not sacrifice, if all of Africa did not sacrifice for us. So I am calling upon every right-thinking South African to stop this madness. Let us find a way to solve the problem of drug trafficking, crime, and so on and so forth. So please stop xenophobia. Thank you very much, Pacman. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. You see, you have even brought President Mandela into this thing. So please, can we sort this out? Young South Africans, do you know why why is there an X in the word xenophobia? It's because xenophobia is actually a South African term. It's got a click in it. It's supposed to be xenophobia. So they couldn't find a word for the click, xenophobia. That's why when they just put X, come on. Anyway, back home, I have a very disturbing story to share. You know, my heart is broken, and I am going to suggest something very radical. I know that our children will not like this. So I will start to speak to my own children. My Kasuli, Tete. You children, it's time to take away your phones. Parents, I am calling for a radicalized approach to what's happening in our society today. Let's take away our children's phones. I'm telling you, a very disturbing incident happened this week. They buried the child just yesterday. And the sad thing is that I know the parents to these children. I know them. It's my young man, Michael, and his wife. Please kindly accept our sincere condolences on your loss for the situation. There's nothing we can say. I don't even know what to say. But for those of you who don't know, this is a story about these children, you know. One was pregnant and she wanted to get rid of she's 15. She wanted to get rid of that pregnancy. The older sister said, no, we can't do that. Let's tell our parents. The 15-year-old convinced their friends to kill the sister so that that secret shouldn't come out. And that's how they murdered their sister, by strangling her. You know. Anyway, won't say much because obviously this is a police case. But God, what is going on? And also in Zambia, we can't keep pretending to say our society has fallen apart. We can't. We have to take some steps. Let's get these phones from our children. Mwana ngachisa kuti maganizo afumyelise kwisa ukutondonganya fyaso kwipawo muntu wayi. Imagine. Where are these children getting such ideas from? Is this funds? Let's get rid of these funds. We'll be right back after this break.
you're watching BMTV channel 114 Top Star. Mutamba BMTV channel 114 Top Star. Muletamba BMTV pa channel 114 Top Star.
And welcome back. And of course, our guest for this week is with us in the studio. Our guest, this man, when I just look at him, he starts making me a comedian laugh. It's my brother, Mark Ziligone, Bishop Kongolo.
Hello, my son, you are blessed. Takudalisa mwana wanga mamuna. Shandere bosa mandere azude zubede.
Bishop, thank you so much for joining us today on the Late Night Show. I mean, I love your stuff, man.
Let me say, thank you. It's actually a privilege to be interviewed by a legend, a person that you used to look up to in the comedy industry and say, wow, comedy is existing because of you people. We must say thank you so much for you people.
I am humbled and thank you so much for those very nice kind
It's my
words.
pleasure.
Mark Ziligone, and you know what? I don't know, but I think we always knew that there's something more to this guy. When you are doing even the news, you know, with my brother, the late Chila Penza, would always laugh when you were saying, at the end of it, it would be Mark Ziligone. And we would laugh. We sometimes would call each other Mark Ziligone. I mean, tell us more about yourself, Mark. Who is the first, before we even go to your artistic side, you know, you are a journalist, very distinguished name at our national broadcaster, ZNBC, Mark Ziligone. We see you, you know, in the main news and things like that. So let's go deeper into who is Mark Ziligone. Ndiwamu Lusaka, were you born here in Lusaka? You're a Kopala guy. Where did you come from? Which schools did you go to? You know, who is Mark Ziligone?
Mark Ziligone is just a simple young man with humble beginnings, born and bred in Chawama, to be specific, Lusaka, Chawama. Chawama Clinic, which is now the Chawama First Level Hospital. Went to school, completed at Liwala High School. First started in Totasha. Were the people who opened, there's a school called New School, Kamala South. Were the people who opened that were the first people. Yes, went to, in fact, even the first private schools like Ladybugs, the school that actually shaped me to be who I am. And went to Liwala High School, where I completed by grade 12. I belonged to the press club at Liwala High School. That really motivated me to start writing and develop the zeal to become a journalist. But first, I had passion, you know, when growing up. I want to be pilot. I say that, you know, until I discovered this talent of writing and telling stories and entertainment, coupled with entertainment. And when I completed school, I went to do clinical science, which wasn't my passion because my mother is a nurse. I've told this story before. She's more interested in health. But I diverted to go and do journalism and public relations. Lucky enough, when I went to ZNBC, I was identified. I improved myself.
Yes.
And later on, I was given a job at ZNBC as a journalist. And thank God that things are moving according to the way we used to kneel down and pray. Say, God, I need to have a job as a journalist.
And here you are doing some fantastic things.
Thank you so much.
How is the world of journalism going so far?
Quite interesting, especially that we're in the period of elections. It's usually one of the most busiest periods. Like you find that you come for work around 05 hours. You work the whole day doing voting and vote counting. You know. You work the whole day and you're dropped home at 02 and 05 you're picked.
Yeah.
And then you go like, what? But it's really fun. It's really fun and we're enjoying because, it's really peaceful. We've not seen any, maybe one or two, but we've not seen any incidents where,
it's very good.
We're very actually enjoying.
We thank that. We thank the Zambians. So when did you discover, you know, as you were doing your life, as you're doing your thing called life, that you are also an artist?
First of all, I used to like watching you, and when the first stand-up comedy that you were doing, I remember, was it Zambia 1?
Yes. Yeah. Stand-up Zambia.
Yes. I used to watch you, my big man, Mr. MC Wabuino, and I would watch and say, wow, this is really good. Where you change voices. Actually, that's where I even got the inspiration from. Where I can change voices.
Yes.
Like I can speak from like speak like a person from other countries. Yes.
Actually, because you said you said you can do 4.
I can do.
So I mean, Mark Ziligone, do all 4 for us. Let
So
the
I'm still
viewers
working.
enjoy.
I'm still working on others.
Okay.
I started the Congolese one where, because I stayed with the people from Congo. I grew up with people from Congo in Cham. So I used to see them talk, and then I would mimic, especially my friend to my mother, Oscar Chirumba, who's late. A scenario where something happens. You Oscar, ubona kuno wayamba kubole kuchita vinto manje ubona monga tusabela kuti ba mai bako. Uzi ba tate bako na mai bako na bakazi bako ngavela toka hapa mitakuma wewe. Na utona vile unafanya. That's a Congolese accent. Yeah. We also have Jericho Biringiro Habiariman. I actually started doing this before the Kukuru 02. Izakwe bara kuno kubara kugura sarade manje futi bara kubweza sarade futa bara agura miruk kubara kubweza miruk ni yokufa izabara kwitukana chifuka bara kunywa nyama yajana kunyage itatu. That's a Rwandiza. And there's this one that I love most, and it has actually helped me to, Ola Bafetu, this is Chabula Niobra from South Africa. We are born.
Yeah.
Kuluma Sisulu, I come from South Africa, where people, we play with cars. When we don't joke, we are born. We call like this. I get surprised in Zambia. I'm roping Zambia. He's telling me that your perfume is nice. People are not serious. You should be serious. Somebody wants to rob. I came to Zambia to rob people. I born. So you should respect Sotsi business. I born.
South Africa.
Exactly. When I'm Zanzi for sure. I'm Zanzi person.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm also working on, there is one character I'm working on is, Uganda have also received my comedy, and I've been there in Kampala. I've performed there in Kampala.
Okay.
So I'm working on, there is this issue of people. In Uganda, everybody, there are a lot of truth-takers, but the problem is about the security. Security people, you go there, they are going to steal your money, but they provide the security again. So I'm trying to work on that as well.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yes. That's amazing. So how did you get into the industry? How did you start then? So, wow, you're watching us, you're getting inspired. How did you then now...
So
because now you're mainstream, you're a big star.
Thank you so much. I'm really humbled. I'm really humbled about that. So when I was a presenter at Mobi TV, there is, I think you know Shukuru GC.
Yes.
He identified I never used to take comedy seriously. He identified my comedy and then said, young man, I think, do you know that comedy can take you far? I said, really? I said, no, do you know that I do emceeing every weekend? I make money. I said, you make money out of comedy? I was still a youngster then. So I said, okay. He told me, I want to take you out. You'll be my partner on radio, on FM. By then, it was very difficult, as you can attest. It's now that youngsters can just take up a phone, which is really good.
Yes.
Take up a phone and create a page on TikTok or Facebook, and you do whatever. And you go. By then, it was very difficult for one to find a platform to showcase your comedy and your skill.
No, it was.
The only place was radio and Playhouse, and it was very difficult. So Shukuru GC actually gave me the platform to showcase my comedy. It was on Hon FM radio, the Hilarious Sensation program on radio. The first time I went there, I did my stuff, and people were calling in to say, who was that Congolese guy? After the show, he told me, you see, people love you. 3-4 shows, he told me, now I'm going to groom young man. Go and do BMC at a wedding. I don't know, I'll be out of town. For the first time, I never knew what this was. And I remember then, I got paid, I don't know that it was a 700 kwacha or a 400 kwacha. And we shared it equally because he gave me the deal. And surprisingly, from what I used to watch, the Dr. Jose's, I managed to deliver. Since then, opportunities started coming
through.
And what I've learned is just to be humble in this career. Because if you think you've reached the climax, believe me, the downfall is really bad.
It's going to be exactly.
Yes, I have learned to be humble because of the people that groomed me to be a comedian. And from then, Nigerians came into Zambia. We did a movie called The Wise Fools. By then I was in college and opportunities started coming. And I said, oh, okay. So afterwards, I laid back a little bit from comedy. But after I got married. I laid back out of this because I wanted to be serious with it. So I laid back because I wanted to be serious with marriage.
Yes. Which brings me to something obviously quite personal, but you did share it with all of us on social media. We saw, obviously, we sympathize and we're very happy for Bishop Kongolo for his new love. Hi, congratulations, my brother.
Tulimulavu daddy.
Mulimulavu.
Ndre makala itunta pa daddy. Tulimulavu.
But let's talk more about what you shared with us there, or how the pain of a divorce helped you to like sort of come up with, material, how you use that pain and turn it around to build something instead.
Exactly. You see, during that period, I was really depressed. It was a lot was happening. I was depressed, and like I told you, when I got married, I laid off from comedy because I wanted to be this serious guy. But that's being serious and comedy are two different things, So I laid off from comedy, but after the same divorce, I said, I think I love comedy. Let me just go back to comedy. This thing really helps me create a live moment in my life. So what I did one day, I was just seated in the bedroom when TikTok was gaining momentum. I was seated in my bedroom. By then, there's my colleague Sharon Kunda. She's now Sharon Siame. She gave me a ring light. She told me, my son doesn't even use it. Oh, okay. So I just plugged in the ring light, and then I said, let me come up with an idea. I do Kongolo. And Kongolo is actually a long-term character. So what I did was I just put a ring light there, and then I said, okay, what am I going to do? Let me start mimicking this Congolese pastor who's bleached. And because this is what we see in society. And believe me, big bro, when I just recorded that was the first clip. I recorded the first clip and I put it on social media. The attention it received, I was blown. I said, what? There are a lot of people that shared it. Honorable Mulaza Kaira Makitu shared it. A lot of people that I would say. I said, okay, let me do the second one. And I did the second one. And then it blew. I said, okay. I became creative and I consulted my friend Tom Njovu, who said, okay, we can be partners. And that's how we started doing the same. God blessed us. ZMBC bought the rights to Bishop Kongolo. And we produced a series, which was about 36 episodes.
36, yes. Because I remember I used to watch that, the one that you would stand outside ZMBC there by the dish. I remember. Yes. I used to watch that so much.
That was different, where you would Tom would go like Mukosi. Yes. That was also different.
Yes. Those were I remember the beginnings. Me, as much as I'm an artist, I'm a big fan of my fellow artists. I follow, especially Zambian ones, because I want to encourage ourselves. So now tell us more about what's the inspiration? I know you lived with the Congolese in Chawama, and that's where. How did you create Bishop Kongolo?
So the reason why, what is behind the creation of Bishop Kongolo? I'm a devoted Christian. Yes, a lot of people don't understand even the things that I do when I stay there. By the way, there is this trend of the Gwedeza that has been received by the Malawans. I do shake my bum when I go on TikTok. That doesn't mean I'm not a serious one. Come on, so. I looked at how these clergy called papas, how they have diluted the Christian
faith.
Yes. There's certain things that I don't like that I usually see in the Christian faith, where even that issue where a pastor is coming in, that is not the way the Christians are supposed to live. So I wanted to bring out certain things that are not supposed to be allowed in the Christian life. You see situations where somebody will just say, no, my daughter tomorrow, come to my church, nifuna kupempelele, usakavale blah, and then the problem is that the female folk are
they're so vulnerable.
They're so gullible. I don't know, they're vulnerable.
Yeah.
The people
and gullible, yes.
People will do anything to them.
Imagine.
It really hurts me. So I thought maybe, okay, because Zambians love comedy, why can't I use this comedy platform
to teach?
Yes. And I'm glad that there are people who grasp what I teach through those. Sometimes, yes, I can buy out the way because You know, it's comedy. But most of the times I try to teach. And it's good that Zambians, at first I received backlash. Even from the clergy themselves. I remember, I will not even mention their names. Some of the clergy, I received backlash. But I said, ngati ndiwe wamene nesta target, waonanakosta target. Kalipa. Elo sinduwe mulungu. The problem is that some of the clergy, they want to be treated like they are gods.
No, exactly.
They are servants.
Exactly.
They are servants.
Exactly.
You see? So I did that, and yeah, people started now
opening up.
Exactly.
Yes.
It has really helped me to even change. There's a lady that I keep on telling this story. She sent me a voice note. She was in coma. And when she woke up, she was watching the Bishop Kongolo on ZMB, and she laughed and she said, he's the Bishop Kongolo, he's down as Max Ziligone. Actually, his comedy makes me happy. I said, thank glory be to God.
Wow.
Yes.
So Congo is at the World Cup right now. They're playing some superb football. What does Bishop Kongolo have to say?
Unangarampasi. Shit tunapigana football dadi. Tuchaya bola dadi olo olangane bamvela jealous bantu. Bazambi balangana ukalangana. Shit tunapigana football mwana mpasi. Mpasi njo goalkeeper. Unaona? Kama na bambaka football pa akaka Zambi wanye mpeshe appetizer maluka yakula. Daddy, it's a football. Nankala ku mountain 5 days, 5 nights. Sini enda kimbusu, sini kuja, sini kupamanzi. Ulangare tutenga World Cup. Ngati tenga World Cup ubolo nijue kakumu kama sasa. Niliko.
Bishop Kongolo.
So actually, the Luba that I speak is original Luba from Congo.
It's original. Yeah. But yeah, I want to. Mark, I mean, coming from such humble backgrounds,
Sure.
how can you encourage, young people who might find themselves in a situation, they're out there in the hood, they're hustling, Muchimunzi. Please encourage them. What words of encouragement can you tell them to say, boy, just hold on. If I can do it, basically, I mean.
The only thing is never give up. It sounds very vague, I don't know what the word I can use, but never give up. Never give up. And always listen to advice.
Yes.
When I came into this comedy industry, it's just that some of us are growing really fast. If we start, people think that I'm really young. I'm really, really young. So even when the time you were doing your stand-up comedy, when I used to watch MC Wabuno, there's one day I bumped into the big man, Mr. MC Wabuno, at Playhouse. Then I was in school. I told him, no, I'm a comedian, this and that. And he told me, I am really good for a comedian, but first focus on school. Finish school. And I listened. And right now we rub shoulders with the big man, and I would say, thank you so much for that advice. And the only thing is, stay focused. I'm really worried, if I may put it that way, with the current generation. Like I told you at first, these days it's very easy to showcase your talent also because of the likes of the short social media. But way back it was very difficult. Now, because it's really easy to showcase your talent on social media, I'm seeing a generation which has started abandoning school at an early age, not forgetting to go for further studies, but focusing on content. Yes, content will always be there. That's why I want to congratulate this boy, Aaron Dominic. He graduated with a master's. Yes. So be like that. You can create content, but in the background, go to school. Because there are times when content, you no longer do content. Look, we had the difficulties and the difficulties. There is a time when you will no longer be there. Yes. Others are coming to take the spot. So you focus on school, because nobody would ever take that education background from you. And I've been asked a lot of questions like, Bishop, why do you remain unique and everything? Believe me, I'm one person. The scarcity has taught me a lot of things. I've seen scarcity has taught me a lot of things. I don't go to a function uninvited. If you see me at a function, then I'm invited. I've observed this behavior where people just go to functions only to meet celebrities. If you see me at a function, then I'm invited, or either I'm paid. That's how much I value my time.
Exactly.
I just don't go and the other thing is respect. Like the way I believe me, I have got much respect for the people that paved way for the comedy industry, like you people. Because without you, without the likes of the Bobon Kosha, Bachiweka TV, comedy would not have been anywhere. So that has actually helped me to maintain my standards in my career.
Let's talk about the money. Are you making money as an artist? Are you making money from all these forays that, you're now an artist, you've got your TikTok, your Facebook page, or your social media handles? Are you monetized? Are you making money?
Let me be honest with you. Maybe 1 or 2 artists in Zambia are the ones that are monetized. Maybe 1, 2. Like my account is not monetized. TikTok is not monetized. So I usually make money through endorsements.
Through endorsements?
Yes, like I'm with a betting company right now.
Okay.
That pays me every month.
Okay.
I'm a brand ambassador for some beverages that pay me every month. And I've got gigs maybe every month, like we're in June, July, August are fully booked for weddings and other functions.
Yes.
So that's how busy, those are areas in which we make money.
Make the money from.
Which sometimes can be difficult because sometimes I would be very busy with work and programs collide, wedding, and I'm supposed to be at the press briefing. It's very difficult, but I manage it like that. So nobody should lie to you, sir, that no, my account is monetized. Maybe that is what the call now goes on to relevant authorities, where they try by all means to push us to monetize TikTok, Facebook, and other social media platforms.
Definitely. Yes. Though, we need ourselves as artists, we need to come together and organize ourselves. That's how we're going to get there.
Exactly.
What do you think of the industry anyway, the industry? What do you think of the Zambian entertainment industry? I want to know what Bishop Kongolo got to say about it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because we got many challenges up in there. You know what I'm saying? We can't talk about no monetization if we ain't united. So what do you have to say about that, Mark, though? What are your thoughts about our industry? What challenges do we have? What things do we need to stop doing, and what things do we need to start doing so that maybe we can see monetization?
I'll be very fluid with this. We lack unity. We lack unity. And it's really sad what we portray on social media and what is in reality.
What is really correct.
So if we are only, if we could only come together as artists and unite, speak with one voice, I think that would really help us. But the situation where this artist thinks he's doing better than the other, this artist thinks, is one thing that has actually caused division. But if we were to unite, come together, believe me, I'm impressed with the young man, Maza. Maza has got, I don't know, a degree or master's. But what has given him more money is social media. Not because his social media is monetized, no, endorsements. And the boy has been so disciplined to see what he has done. It's actually kudos. Let's learn to appreciate artists when they're still alive. Nobody's going to die, not even me. But let's. So if we come together, unite, and speak with one voice, I think we can be able to achieve our preconceived goal.
Yes. Any last words as we wind down the interview, Mark?
Last word, Shandere Bosa. Bonse ma pastors bamene muna mabantu. Bamene bubwela kuna mabantu Shandere Bosa ni pempela. 17 days suzaenda ku toilet. Uzangala uvimba baza kukonga baota nso. So my last word. All right. My last words. My last words, big man, is that I would love to thank all the, I don't call them fans, I call them family. Let me thank family that support my works, all those that have been following me. I will be clocking him, I'll be hitting 1 million followers on Facebook soon.
Oh, wow.
And they've encouraged me to continue doing more content. I was lazy when it comes to doing content. But now I've been encouraged, like every time I have an off day, I make sure I shoot content for my followers, especially those Malawi, South Africa, and Zambia. I'm really grateful. I've got no words to describe this. Thank you so much, and continue supporting me, and I'll continue giving you more and more and more is coming. Believe me, more is coming. And thank you so much for bringing me on this platform. I'm really humbled to be interviewed by a legend like you.
Oh, pleasure, and thank you very much for coming to join us on the Late Night Show.
Sure.
Please tell the fans that they are watching the Late Night Show with Pacman on BMTV 114.
Daddy, mommy, ambuye, auntie, uncle, my nieces na my nephews, Mutamba Late Night Show. Pano na mdala banga Pacman, si bantu bangono na di banakwela Mount Everest abadadi kukwela na chakumbuyo shande de musa. Regede.
I'm telling you, that's why you can even ask Mark. I was thinking on the post on Facebook. I said, but this guy, how? Because me, when I just see him, I start laughing. I'm telling you, man. Bishop Kongolo, thank you so much.
Thank you so
for
much.
joining us on the Late Night. And that brings us to the end of tonight's show. Make sure you join us next week at the same time. Big shout out to all our viewers. Please keep sending us messages. Keep sending those suggestions. And obviously to our special viewers on the Copa Belt. Next week, it's the Late Night with Pacman.